Alright guys, so I didn't have to actually do another setup on the rear. Once I just pulled it back into place, I went right to my old tack marks and everything fell into place. I'm pointed down approximately 3 degrees, give or take a tenth of a degree, or 1/100th of a degree. But it's basically 3 degrees down, which it should be. I have everything clamped and locked. I have weight off of the rear. I have a jack on the left and right of the frame holding the coffin up. And I got my handy dandy coastal light here that's going to help me with seeing, which is a great light. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and burn in these brackets. So let's give this a shot here. I probably should clean a little bit, but let's see what happens. Alright, so we laid a good weld there, the tack. We're going to tack the other side too. And again, we're going to move our light over because it makes it so much easier to see through this mask, before we actually start welding. Well, looks like I've got a pretty good tack on there. Now, let's go ahead and I'm gonna have to lay down for this one. I hate laying down welding. I get all burnt. Okay, that looks pretty good. Only one problem. Did I turn my gas on? I think I did. Oh yeah, I did. Just a little carbon there, so I didn't turn the gas on, but I did. It's probably just because I didn't do thorough cleaning. I'm only tacking, so I'm gonna get crazy. Let's keep moving our light, which is gonna help us see. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Well, the axles are loose, that's why. What the hell's going on there? I forgot, I didn't tighten the axles, I just shoved them in there to move it. Alright, so I'm going to have to tap that after I take this off. I can't get in there properly, so I don't want to make a mess. Alright. Okay, that's gonna have to do for now. Sucks getting old. Hard to move. All right. Let's see. So see this? The shakes is because the axles are only pushed in, they're not attached. Again, I just put it somewhat together just so I can roll it back and forth. And when I got aggressive the other day in moving it, that's why I broke the tacks. So as of right now, I'm going to say that our tacks are in good shape. Let's do this last one here that I couldn't get. And again, this coastal light is, besides it being, attached to your head like a miner's light, it's got a magnet so you can use it in multiple ways. Okay. So guys, that's it. And the rear is back in. See, I have a bad tendency, see these little tacks that I use, and the reason I do that is so I can just whack it with a hammer real quick and relocate it if need be. I should have did better tacking and we wouldn't be doing this over again. But again, I didn't plan on pushing it all the way out when I was cleaning. So, both methods are good. I like my method because I can quickly make a change without grinding and getting crazy. But, it is what it is. But we're back in action, and it wasn't that big of a deal. Oh, I ripped the gasket. Oh, the gasket was actually already ripped. And you can see that it's holding. Ain't going anywhere. And again, things are just shaking because the axles are just basically sitting in there. All right, guys, I'm going to do some cleanup, and I'll be right back. So basically, it just makes it a lot easier now to move this thing around. I got the 5-inch casters. They're polyurethane wheels, and this thing moves really, really nice on my floor. And this thing is a monster. It's heavy. So basically, and when we're done, I like to kick them just a little pass forward, and just at least lock that. And this one here is not going to lock. My floor is a little off, but the one will do it. So another thing is let me just bring this camera down a little, or up I should say. Like the holes in my shirt from welding. Alright, so again, Vivor. As you can see back there, we'll zoom in. I actually got it on the back wheels on the rear that we just worked on, and I was able to shift the vehicle all the way to my right, which looks like your left when you're looking at the video. But just made it easier to move it around, and it'll continue to make it easy. So once we bought that, we ended up with a couple of gifts. I bought two sets of those. A set meaning two. So I bought two, and I got a free magnet, big deal. And then the additional two, I ended up getting this body shop table here. Let's see, we can bring the camera down a little so you can see a little better. And this table is actually impressively nice. It's heavy. It's good quality. I mean, it works great. It's got decent chain on it. I mean, for a body table, it's just fine. And it was free along with my purchase. And my purchase was $123 per set. So $246 total. There was no shipping. Shipping was free. And then I should have done the gift selection a little better. I didn't realize that the first gift you choose is the one you end up getting when you make your purchase. So again, I have no complaints about the quality. I don't have any complaints about the speed of the way this stuff was shipped. This took a little longer. It came out of California, so I'm in Connecticut, so basically, 5 days, which I think is actually good. And the magnet basically came a few days, like 4 days it took. And the actual dollies were here in 2 days. Now, yesterday I was playing around on Temu. And again, I buy everything. Nobody gives me anything. So, one thing, they kind of got me. I was looking at a couple of things that I liked, and I figured I'd try them. and then give you guys a scoop on them. You know, are they worth buying? Are they decent for the price? I mean, the price is cheap. So as I was playing around, I went to checkout. However, I didn't go to my cart. There was no choice for cart, so usually you hit checkout and it takes you to the cart, and then you go through the process of paying. As soon as I hit checkout, boom, it hit my PayPal. So I wasn't really planning on buying anything yesterday. I didn't want to spend the money, but I looked at it and it came out to about $600. And I thought about it. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I'm going to accept what's coming, and I'll just look at it. It's stuff that I kind of wanted anyway. So let's just give it a shot and see what's what. I do have the ability to return it, but here's the other thing. I did qualify for $250 actual cash to be returned to my PayPal. So let's see what happens. Once everything ships, I'm allowed to cash in on that $250 to my PayPal. So I'll keep you up to date on that. And so far my Temu experience, which I kind of always laughed at it, and I'm going to say it's not bad, you know. My preference is always Amazon because it's extremely easy to order, extremely easy to return. I mean, my returns, I go right down the street to Whole Foods, put it on the counter. As soon as they check it in, I almost instantly get a text or an email telling me that my refund is basically back on my account. So, you know, these mail order things are pretty cool. You get things pretty quick, and, you know, it is what it is. I mean, again, this is my home garage. Would I use this in my shop? This thing, yes, I would, because this thing is heavy. It's decent steel. I mean, the box was heavy to carry in here, so I can't complain at all about this thing. I can't complain a bit about it. Would I use these dollies professionally? Again, yeah, in my shop I would. I wouldn't take them on a road to do a job or something like that, or use them for assistance. But then again, in my opinion, even the Go Jacks shouldn't be used that way. But for a shop environment, to spend a couple $100s and be able to move your project around the shop easily, you know, why go spend $1,500, $2,000 for Go Jacks? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all. And you know, the idea of anything you do is to do it at a reasonable cost, and also the goal is to make money, not to give it away. So I think that was it for products. The wheels on the stand, and again, I mean, for a cheap $100 stand, I'm really happy with that. I do actually have one for my Chevys also, and I believe it's the same company. I don't have that on wheels, or do I? I do have it on wheels. I have it on the wheels that they provide, that you can buy from them, and definitely garbage. These are, these again, I got these on Amazon, and they were like $21. How can you beat that? They screwed in, they work, they look nice. I mean, I feel it's a quality product. So basically, I think that's it. I got to clean up my, remember we were talking about benches last week? Let's take a look. Look at this disaster. That turned into a disaster pretty quick, didn't it? With the artificial rebar and all that. But again, I was cleaning up, so I just kind of used it as a catch-all. I'm going to straighten that out now once I'm off camera. And we'll continue our goals. And also, finally, Hedman headers shipped out. I think I'm cutting my head off here. Hedman headers finally shipped out the header parts that I need in order to start creating the stacks for the coffin car. So once we get those done, or at least I get the box positioned on the frame where I want it, I can either mock them up by using PCV or PVC, I'm sorry, PVC. PVC, or I can go ahead and just start building the stacks. I think we're going to go with the PVC first, just to get the general idea. I'm looking at 2.5-inch stacks. I'm kind of saying to myself, that's going to be too big, but then I can look at the 2s and I'm like, it looks too small. And 2.25 was something I couldn't find, so we'll go ahead and we'll mock it up, and then we'll make the big grand decision. And the only final thing I still need to do is the steering, which I may play with today. I do have some stuff I got to do outside. I mean, I have cardboard, more than a cardboard factory. I have to cut it all up and just get it ready to be discarded. It was all sitting in the corner over here, and I kind of just threw it all out just now. So I do need to work on that. I can't have that, you know, just sitting in my driveway. It doesn't look very nice. And a couple of things that I need to do also is I got to start finding room for these engine parts. And I can't carry them, so I'm going to get some assistance from my son, who's way stronger than me. I mean, I can carry them, but I'll definitely pay for it, because I'm not a young man anymore. So this stuff can go into the shed, because there's a lot of room there. And I think that's about it, for the moment anyway. So we're going to go ahead and just continue maybe some organizing. Definitely got to clean up that bench right now, because that's, for me, unacceptable. And we'll just keep moving on. All right, I'll be back shortly. All right, so I got this here. It's called an Droid. I bought this like 3 years ago. I haven't even opened it up yet, so the warranty's probably already gone. So hopefully it works. But I had it in my trailer. I had it in storage. And I need to make that bracket that holds the power steering, that holds the Corvair reverse steering box. So I think this is going to be the perfect tool for that. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. So let's see, package really nice. A gentleman in Canada created this. So we have a bag of, looks like a micro switch, power cord, some kind of an RJ, or an Ethernet cord, RJ45 cord. Alright, some brackets there, instructions. Okay, nice foam, not that nasty kind of foam that breaks and makes a mess everywhere. Let's see what else we have here. I'm not sure what these are, some kind of brackets. Well, maybe the torch holder. And I got a few torches we can use. There's the pen that you trace with. You can actually trace, and then this will automatically cut your trace. So let's see if I'm strong enough to pick this thing up here. Hang on. Man, it's in there. Tell you what, can't complain about the packaging. Boy, that was a tight fit. Let's see what we have here. This looks like a little tablet. The controller. That's nothing there. Nothing to see there. And here it is, Mr. Droid. So I know there's a setup procedure for this. And there she is. Alright. Just make sure we got everything out of there. Looks like we did. Let's get this mess back in here. So like I said, I ordered this and bought this. It was on back order when I first bought it. So I'm assuming that it had to be about 3 years ago, maybe during COVID, maybe even before COVID. I don't know, I've had this thing for quite a while. Just never really had the time to unbox, dig it out, and actually use it, because we went through a lot in this garage here. Alright, so I know there's a setup for this, so let's see. Let's not move things too abruptly here. We don't want to do any damage. There's some kind of cord here, I guess. Oh. Alright. So we're definitely going to have to go through the manual on this. Putting it together doesn't look like it's going to be much of a feat. This controller looks pretty cool. So here's our arc droid, which I think we're going to go ahead and set this up. These here, I think, are the guides that you use in order to, I guess, set up the arc droid so it knows where the path is. I believe it's some kind of a triangle that you set up and then you trace it around. But we'll get more into that once I get the instructions out. I did see the video, so I kind of know how to do it, but it's been quite a while that I've seen the video, so I may refresh myself on the video, and then we'll put it together. We'll still follow the instructions, because you got to follow the instructions. You can't know everything. You know, it's really not fair to yourself to think that way. I don't need them. Yeah, you do need the instructions. And, you know, I mean, not for everything, but for stuff like this you do. So this way, those instructions will help you actually achieve your best results. Because obviously the guy that built this knows more than the person that bought it. So that's all I got to say about that. And I do have a gigantic plasma cutter. I have a 5x10 table, but I mean, right now it's in my house garage underneath my 34 Ford Coupe. But I have nowhere to set it up. I don't have enough room. That would eat up like half of this garage. It would be a really nice thing to have here. But, you know, for these small brackets and things, I'm going to set this up on, I do have a table that I bought for this. It's a plasma table, just a little one. So we're going to figure out, maybe we'll set the machine on top of the, on top of the bench. I think it's the same height as my plasma table, but we'll have to see. And I also have the XY extension for this, so I can actually cut much larger projects. And what it does is it puts this inside the track that I bought, and you slide it back and forth when you're doing your setup, and you know, you pick your points or whatever it tells you to do there. Like I said, we got to follow the instructions on that. And it gives you the ability to cut a much larger project, and you could actually cut a 4x8 project by just moving this thing around on the XY. So there's the arc droid, and let me refresh myself on the video, let me refresh myself on the instructions. I got to get the table in here, which is going to be a pain in the butt because I got a few things in front of it. And it's extremely, brutally humid and hot today, so I have to take it easy when I'm doing all these things because I am asthmatic, and I don't want to end up with a problem today. So we're moving into some of these tools that I purchased, you know, a while back, knowing that we were going to need them. And we're getting to the point of unboxing them, setting that up, like the belt sander, disc sander we did the other day. I do have another sander in the back, which I think I'm going to pull out in a little while. And we'll unbox that and look at that. And it's a little bit of a project to get over here because I got it way in the back, and it's behind those lift posts. So it's not heavy, but it's just a pain. It's bulky. So maybe we'll move on to that. Let's just shut off for a second and let me get it, and we'll open it up. Okay, so I got that up here. And again, this is a Harbor Freight deal that I bought quite some time ago, knowing that we were going to get to a point of where we needed to use something like this. And that point is today. So here's all, gives you a bag of like all sanding drums and all kinds of sanding stuff here. It's not super heavy, it's actually pretty light. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Yeah, some more sanding products, a disc, you know, some backings. Let's see, and of course, gotta have the instructions. Let me just poke around, see if there's anything else in here. I don't think there is, but this has got that cheap styrofoam in it that makes a damn mess everywhere. So luckily I had opened this when I first received it. so we don't have a problem there. Let me get all this stuff off of it. Hopefully it don't fall through the box. Alright, so there's that. And why do I think I'm missing a piece? Oh no, actually I'm not. Okay, let's go through the instructions. Oh, okay, small phone interruption, but I'm back. Alright, so I guess this is the way it's supposed to be. I guess this is reverse thread. Yeah, it's reverse thread. Alright, so that is the sander. And I'm looking at the box. Yep, everything is there that's supposed to be there. And you have all these sanding discs. I guess they have areas where you put these in. Let's turn this around. It has a connection back there for a vacuum, which is nice. And can you see me? Yeah, you can. Alright, so it looks like that sanding disc will go there. This one will go here. This one, oops, that one came off. Nope, looks like here. Looks like there. And that one goes there. That one goes there. So that's pretty cool. It's nice when things that belong to a machine are able to be stored right on the machine, or at least, you know, somehow close by. So these are the backings, I guess, or the covers, whatever you want to call them, for the discs. That's really nice. Would have been nice if they made a stand for this, but they, to the best of my knowledge, they don't. Now, where would these go? Oh, these are going to go here. Pretty self-explanatory. I guess this is a case where we didn't need instructions. I guess, I'm not sure what these are. Well, I'm sure the instructions will tell us, so I guess we do need the instructions somewhat. Goes there. Why do we have this? Is this something that we should just, I guess, just leave there? I guess that's used with everything, so we'll just leave that there. That's some type of a safety. Has the safety on and off. Without that key, nothing works. I never remove it because I'm the only one in here. So look at that, it's pretty cool. So this thing goes up and down and spins. And it's an oscillating sander, I guess they call it. What's their, what do they call it? A spindle sander. That's what Harbor Freight calls it, and I guess pretty much anybody that makes something like that probably calls it the same. So I have to say that that was pretty simple, huh? And that'll come in handy for polishing things and taking things down quickly. And I would say, depending on your sandpaper quality and all that, I would say it would also definitely, you know, give you you could finish things with it too. I'm just I don't know what these are, but I'm assuming they're interchangeable here for some reason. I'm just not sure what these do. I'm going to have to look at. I have to look at the instructions. But it appears that they give you room for all, but the one, you know, the one you're using. So there's always going to be one on the machine for, I guess, like a self-storage thing. And the only other thing I have that I did unbox actually a while ago, but I didn't do it on camera, it's still in the box technically, is my compressor for my Eastwood powder coating system. So one of the things that we're going to need to do, I know I'm not on camera, but I'm more or less trying to focus on tools, not myself. So one of the things that we need to do is we do need to build an oven. And right now, I'm having plans made to join my machine shop to my motorcycle shop. They're across from actually this whole building. The machine shop is behind the wall behind the sander there. So basically back there, there's another 15 by 30 area where I have my machines lined up, and I have my big toolboxes in there. And when you come out the back, it's got a front door, just like this garage. It's got an entry garage door and an exit garage door. So if there was nothing in there, technically it would be a drive-through. So where that garage door is, we're going to join the roof of that part of the building to the roof that's across, which is technically my motorcycle shop, which I might have shown you guys once or twice. But we'll eventually get to the motorcycle stuff, because I do have a build sitting on the table. And motorcycle-wise, I have many running, but I do have a lot of basket cases, and I have a lot of stuff that I'm actually kind of doing R&D on for some stuff that I'm trying to build, trying to create. And one of them being something that we talked about many videos back, and that was the dual carburetor setup. Kind of a poor man's XR 1000. Back in 84, 85, they had the XR 1000. Beautiful bike. I should have bought one. I had the opportunity. I didn't take it. And when they weren't rare as they are now, they didn't have that big, huge value. And they were affordable. Now, forget about it. You find one now, minimum for a decent one is about 20 grand, 20, 25,000. I'm not spending that on a motorcycle. Although I did spend a little bit more than that on a brand new Harley, which was honestly stupid. Well, you know, live and learn. So that's, as I was saying, we're going to join that roof, going to create another room basically, and I think that room will probably take some of these tools, because I'm definitely out of room here. I really need like a 10,000 square foot building just for myself. And it may sound excessive, but believe me, I'll fill it up real quick. I still have a ton of tools in storage. But, you know, little by little, I'm kind of making this place a working place and able to get things done. But getting back to the powder coat oven, if I can build that area back there, then I have somewhere to store the oven. I don't necessarily need the oven to stay in there when I'm using it. I could pull it out on the deck, I mean in good weather, obviously not in the winter. But in good weather, I could pull it outside, I could do everything right there, and I'll probably do propane, not electric, because electric is, in this area, your electric bills are like mortgage bills, so that we can't afford. So we're gonna definitely go propane. I think I got 400 gallons of propane back there, already set up, waiting to do two things. One, I wanted to put in some backup heat here, because I have floor heat, it's hydronic heat, and I have a small electric boiler. Well, it's about 11 kilowatts, so it's a pretty decent sized boiler, but it's very efficient, so that I'm not going to touch. But I did want to put in some backup heat in here, propane heat, just in case we have an issue with the boiler, which we did last winter. But luckily, I like to pre-plan and I buy extras a lot, and I had an extra boiler, so literally it was a one-day swap, and we were, you know, we had no trouble, nothing froze, you know, we had no trouble, thank God. So anyway, there's the sander, and it'll come in handy for a lot of the stuff that we need to do, especially, you know, I keep bouncing projects, but I think as soon as I start tearing down the coffin car and I can move the parts around while I'm waiting for things to get painted and all that, I'm painting them, but I'm not painting them in here. That's not going to happen. That's going to have to get painted either down at my shop, or I'll set up a portable spray booth outside, which I have two of. One of them I use as a prep booth, the other one is a spray booth. I haven't used either one. They're actually in my trailer. Same place where the ARC Droid was hiding. So basically, once I have the coffin car apart, it gives me a bay. I'll create a little more room around here, and hopefully we'll have the lift in by then, which will put the Chevelle up in the air. I do need to get my dragster in here before winter hits again, and also I got to get it out of my driveway. I can't leave that thing in my driveway. It's covered up, it's protected, nothing will happen to it. But we need to get that inside here, and that's something we can start playing with too, but not right away. So we're going to get the 49 Ford shoebox in here, and we're going to do a chop. I'll show you how I chop a car. I try to be very well thought out before I even put anything, even a mark on the car. And but we'll go through all that when I start chopping it, and I'll show you how I do it. And I feel the way I do it is, I'm not going to say it's simple. Everything is a pain, but I think it's organized, and I'll show you exactly step by step how I do that. And this way, if you're doing a Merc or you're doing a Ford, they're pretty much the same. Most vehicles are pretty much the same, just that you need to know where to cut certain things out, put them off to the side, and then you're gonna, replant them back into your build later. But it's gonna be a fun project, and it's I think it's gonna be some pretty good video. I should be able to get the chop done, I would say, well, with explanations and everything, it's probably going to take a couple days, but on film, obviously, everything looks like it takes 10 minutes. But we'll go through it, and I think you may enjoy that one. All right, guys, so I'm going to add to this video most likely later today or tomorrow. And believe it or not, the Temu snafu that I told you about before, that happened to me yesterday afternoon, I already have 1 or 2 products showing up at my door today. I just got tracking numbers for, saying that they're out for delivery. So far, the delivery experience with Temu, I've been pretty impressed. It'd be cool if they reach out to me. I'd like to be able to test some of their products. I've never done something like that. I don't know if they just see videos and reach out to people, or if we need to contact them, but I think it would be a pretty cool thing, because I'll always give you my honest opinion of a good quality tool, of a not great quality tool but gets the job done. I'm very fair that way. I do have some favorites that I will never change, and my hand tools are all Snap-on. I will not use anything else. I mean, I do, depending on my situation, but my 100% preference for hand tools is Snap-on. Air tools, Ingersoll Rand, electrics, Milwaukee. And it would be really cool to be able to do some reviews on that. So this here is a nice addition, and it's funny. I've had this stuff for years. I just never took it out of the box. Kind of glad I bought it a long time ago. I feel that what I see now compared to what I saw then compared to what I see now, I'd much rather have these. I'm happy. Like, that's a nice piece of metal right there. It's not real super thick, but tell you what, it's thicker than the one they have today. All right, so we'll add to this video, and hopefully we'll try to get some work done too in the process. I'm waiting on parts, so I can't really do any repair type videos. At least we got the rear done today, and you saw that basically it fell back into place the way I had it, so my setup was good. Just a little minor adjustment on the degree of pitch down, which was straight, and it welded right in place, and you guys saw me do it. So we'll see you shortly. Right, so I played around with the Droid. I updated the software on it because I've owned this machine for quite a while, but I never used it. I unboxed it yesterday, as you saw in the earlier part of the video. I got everything pretty much working. I just got to get used to the software. I did a little trace of the steering box plate that I need to make, and I do have to just kind of improve the way I do that. I just wanted to get a feel of how everything works. So basically the Android, Arc Droid, hopefully we'll cut something with it next week. I just want to play around a little bit and just kind of refine the process and go from there. And the snafu we talked about with Temu, we got a little toy here. And I'm not sure that I bring in the other one that I received. The other one's just a bottle jack, nothing fancy. I thought I had it in here. I guess I didn't bring it. Nope, I didn't bring it. So this here is an ear jack. Okay, not sure, can you see? Well, you can't really see me, but I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up as I'm unboxing. It's an airbag jack. So it has to be put together. So basically, it's one of these jacks here, and you lift the vehicle with the airbag, and it's decent metal. Got all the valves here, and the main platform. It appears to be mostly together, except for maybe the handle there. And I love that Chinese cardboard. And the styrofoam. But anyway, it looks like, wow, this thing's heavy. So it looks like the whole piece is pretty much here, except we just got to build a handle for it. So this is going to be interesting. I have a little bit of a mess here playing with this arc droid. So let's see here. Boy, they wrap things like they don't want you to get it out. There's another piece here. Right. So I'm not going to put it together right now. I just want to pull the pieces out so you can see them. Really nothing fancy here. Some brackets. Obviously, it's all got to go together with screws and things. Oh, I guess that's what those brackets are for, to kind of create the handle. And then there's a piece that goes across there. And so you move it around, and you got your air management valves here. That's pretty cool. It looks bent, but it isn't bent. I'm just moving them to where I like it better, because I got big hands. Yeah, much better. This one's already pretty decent. Yeah, the valves feel a little crappy, but no big deal. We could just buy new valves. A little filter there. So far the Temu stuff has been pretty decent. I mean, for the price and all. So I'll put this together next week, because my time in here is pretty much done. And we'll just look at the arc droid a little closer. And there she is right there. And we turn it on. There's the main screen. And then you could go to settings, you could do all kinds of stuff. You could trace, which is what I played around with before. I also did basically a dry run. And this way I could kind of see the movement and how it matched up to what I traced. And it actually matched up exactly. Let me just shut this off. So I guess we're going to play with the arc droid a little bit. In this coming week. Saturday morning, hopefully I'll be prepared to cut. And I do have this. We're going to be using my my Eastwood plasma because it's readily available. It's not super heavy. It is heavy, but not super heavy. And you got the torch already in here. We already calibrated the torch to the unit, so we'll give it a shot and see how it turns out. You know, I'm not an expert with that thing, and my head's cut off. I'm not an expert with this thing, but hopefully we'll become experts. Anyway, guys, so we got parts coming for the coffin car this week, so I should be able to do some videos on how I'm putting the exhaust together. Hopefully we can cut a bracket for the steering so we can work on that, and you'll see that. I'm trying to get all this stuff done so I can tear this thing down and make room in here for the lift to finally go in. And also I want to bring the 49 in here, the 49 Ford shoebox, and I want to chop the roof on and show you how I do that. And I think that will be an interesting video. And hopefully it encourages someone to go out and chop their top. Anyway, guys, you have a good weekend, whatever's left of it, and I'll see you next week with you know, a few more things, including a couple more Temu goodies. Thanks, and sorry for the crappy video.